Today,
Episode 30.
today on episode 30, Forms and Focus, we are talking about collaboration.
Ooh, collaboration. You need to collaborate.
Well, we've been collaborating on this podcast, so maybe we have a little bit of insight, bro.
That's true. But we'll talk about today. Most people suck at collaboration.
Are we surprised? All right,
We're going to talk about some benefits of collaboration and why you should collaborate.
definitely. Let's get into it, bro.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm Jonathan Noel.
And I'm Brian Noel,
This is Forms and Focus.
where we provide guided forms that manifest
Radical focus.
Where we hope and want you to be focused as.
Boy.
That's right. So, bro,
We're talking about collaboration.
that's right. And here's the problem. We're not good at collaboration. And there's a couple of reasons why, but we'll get into it. So an article on career statistics site Zippia found 86% of employees in their leadership positions blame.
Blame. Well, that's a leadership position word.
Yeah. Lack of collaboration as the top reason for workplace failures. We didn't collaborate enough. That feels like supply chain.
Yeah.
That's like just the answer to everything. This didn't work. We didn't collaborate enough.
We didn't collaborate
Well, no
enough.
shit.
Well, yeah, because no one told anyone to collaborate. They just expected it to happen. Another difficulty with collaboration was one of our greatest fears is a fear of failure.
Yeah.
This is an article from Globe News Wire that found that 1,083 respondents surveyed, 1 in 3 Americans were found to be scared of failure. I kind of read that totally reversed. But
fear of failure. That's why it's hard to collaborate. It's hard for you to feel like we have the freedom to contribute because we may fail.
We've talked about already that in one of the fear episodes that fear of failure is one of the basic fears of human existence.
Yeah.
But it's part of the human experience
Yeah.
is feeling that and failing. And you're scared to collaborate because you're worried you might fail yourself and maybe the group, the squad.
Yeah, so you just kind of coast with them or let the dominant personality kind of take charge.
Pretty much.
And then here's another reason we don't collaborate, especially when it comes to new ideas and trying to launch stuff. They will steal your idea.
Ooh, I've got the greatest idea in the world. No one's thought of.
Yeah.
You know, there's 7 point whatever billion people on the planet, and I came up with this. I can't have someone steal it.
So this grand idea that you have, you're not going to tell anybody because someone may steal it.
Here's the problem.
Did you launch that business?
Here's the problem with that. Having an idea is basically nothing.
It's worthless.
Because without a business or whatever, your nonprofit, maybe it's a nonprofit, your business, whatever it may be, some community thing.
Yeah.
It means nothing. It's just an idea.
It's just an idea.
Yeah. I mean,
I hear that a lot, though.
If the worst idea that's backed by harder work and more funds is going to do better than the greatest idea to ever exist that sits in the basement.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
You just got to launch that stuff.
Launch it, ship it.
That LED light on the toilet.
Why? Yeah.
Is that like the most amazing, innovative idea?
No.
But they sell a lot at Walmart.
If you have a sweet Instagram
just do it.
ad,
yeah,
you can sell anything.
Sell it. Oh yeah, you're up.
Yeah, another barrier is actually a lack of trust. So this is an article, Americans don't trust one another, and this is from USA Today, that they found only 1/3 of Americans say they trust others.
Only 1/3 of Americans say they trust.
1/3.
Yeah. 2/3 don't trust other people.
I mean, I don't really trust anyone until they've given me a reason to trust them.
See, I'm a little bit more of I don't untrust someone unless they give me a reason to untrust them.
I'm totally the opposite of that. I don't trust anyone until they've given me a reason to. And I'm not saying I think that they're plotting against me. It's not like a paranoia thing. It's just I don't have a reason to trust this person yet.
Well, it's funny. I don't know if this was like 50 Cent or DMX or something, but he said this quote and I really like it. It's like, I trust you to be you.
True.
And if you're a piece of shit.
Well, I definitely trust that. Why would I expect someone else to be anyone different than themselves?
But lack of trust. So we don't collaborate around our ideas and our dreams and our visions sometimes because we don't trust people. We don't trust they'll help us. We don't trust they won't make fun of us. We don't trust them.
And if you've been burned in the past.
Yeah.
I think in this case, it might just make you more selective on who you trust.
Yes.
Do you want to start a business with anyone? No. You know, it's like, you know, you're in the basement. You've got the guy. All right. That's turning into a ridiculous story. Never mind.
It's funny that you say that because one of the bullets in down here somewhere says, don't collaborate with dumbasses, but we'll get to that. It's really a good point. But you get burnt, and sometimes so we just turn it all off. Right?
Exactly. You know, and
don't do that.
You can't let one experience shut you down for life.
Yeah.
You know, okay, you can't collaborate with anyone. Duh.
Yeah.
There's people who are going to take advantage of you.
Yep.
They're lazy, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
It's finding the right people, finding your team, your squad.
That's right. So last but not least, internally struggling. In episode 21, 23, we talked about stress, conflict, and fear. We're going to bring those up a lot because they just drive so much of our internal dialogues in our daily life. So it can be extremely difficult to collaborate when we are very stressed out or we're in conflict with someone. So if you're at a team, if you're on a team at work and there's someone on that team that you two just do not like each other, like any collaboration just feels like torture.
Yeah, why? I mean, if you don't like someone, you don't get along, the collaboration is going to feel like more like a prison.
Yeah.
It's going to be horrible.
And some of that, like we talked about before, I can't remember the term, but you're in conflict, the experiences and memories of your past rise to that moment. But think about that, like if you were abused by someone, let's say they were a 45-year-old white man, and you're all of a sudden in this group, and there's a middle-aged white man who has some of the tendencies, like you'll be so triggered.
Oh, for sure.
So there's so much going on inside your head when it comes to collaboration.
Yeah.
So you need to be as introspective in those moments as you are aware of the group.
Bro, what weren't we talking about in one of these episodes? Oxytocin?
Yes.
It makes you love your in-group members.
Yes,
but
and
what if
distrust your out-group members.
members.
Oh, dude, good point.
So you're trying to collaborate. You're at work.
Yeah.
You know, and then all of a sudden you're collaborating with someone, and it might feel to you like they're an out-group member. Yeah. And your brain's just sending off red flags.
Well, if you think about
it's hard to collaborate.
Yeah, if you think about like the polarizing political state of our nation right now, race, gender, religion, like, and you're working in teams where people obviously are of different race or gender or orientation, whatever it is. Whatever you believe about that group, you immediately apply to that person. And
hopefully not, but you may be.
Yeah. Well, even subconsciously sometimes.
True. Yeah.
But back to your out-group members, like you may subconsciously, well, your brain literally produces the hormone that will make you not trust them because you believed this theory that every person who meets that demographic or personality is that. Whew.
You saw them pull up in an F-150.
Oh, yeah.
So you know they're a Ford driver. No, I'm just kidding.
I like every third episode you slam on Fords.
Honestly, we'll call back to that. I don't care about car manufacturers that much. Just don't buy a Dodge. Yeah. But anyway, typically, really so we were actually reading, and this is pretty interesting. Typically, people with low emotional intelligence really struggle to be with collaboration. So, and hopefully this is something that you can work on. But here's some signs to look out for. And this is from Very Well Mind.
Yeah, and our neuroplasticity, our brains can change. Emotional behavioral therapy, we can change as human beings. Yeah. So saying someone has low emotional intelligence feels like that's like a slam.
Yeah, it's not trying to...
It's like, if you want to improve your intelligence, you read books, you learn languages. We want to improve our emotional intelligence. Same thing. Yeah. Like, it's not like you're, not calling someone an idiot or something.
Right. Yeah, one of the signs would be someone always has to be right.
Yeah. Hard to collaborate with someone who's always right.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've all met that person before.
Yeah.
They're right about everything. It's not impossible. It's not even possible to know everything. So, so you already failed.
You're oblivious to other people's feelings. Like you just literally are apathetic or so narcissistic that you don't even have a realm of someone else's emotions and feelings that's around you. It's hard to work with someone like that.
That sounds difficult. Yeah, I've been there. You blame others for your problems.
Hard to work with that person.
I wouldn't want to collaborate with them. I mean, if something goes wrong, I own it.
Yeah.
If it's my problem.
Yeah.
If it wasn't my problem, I'm not owning it.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But
this didn't get done because you went on vacation. I told you I was going on vacation a month ago, and I always go on vacations. It's not my fault.
It's not my fault. You know. But if it is your fault and you say it, usually it catches people off guard because they're expecting some weaselly, slimy answer.
I tell you what, you have a good employee or leader if when they come to you and say, hey, this happened today, I just want to let you know this is what we're doing to fix it, but I kind of messed up today. Like,
oh, yeah.
That's
human. That's being a human.
That's being like mature. That's hard to find.
That's next level.
Yeah, you have emotional outburst.
Emotional outburst. I don't even remember the last time I had one of those.
Yeah, like you just, you're working and you're like kind of like not arguing, but you're like in this heated debate about some path to take on a project or something like that. And then you just like, you storm out or some shit like that. Or, you go send some super passive aggressive emails. Yeah. The last episode, the creative episode, we want you to be like a child and being creative.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to a tantrum.
Yeah, we're not talking about having tantrums with your collaborative group here.
Yeah, it's time to grow up.
Like you picked the wrong font. It's supposed to be Calibri or whatever it's called.
I love Calibri.
The other one, turning conversations toward yourself.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever met someone where you talk to them and like everything you say, they like
comes back to them.
Back to them always, no matter what.
Yeah. You're like, man, I almost died in a plane crash. Yeah, I remember when I almost died in a... it's like no matter what you say.
Yeah, the one-upper.
Was
that Saturday Night Live?
The one-upper.
The one-upper.
Gosh, what a nightmare.
Yeah, don't want that person. All right, benefits of collaboration. So work on those things. So here's some benefits of collaboration. Critical disclaimer. Oh, yeah. Don't start a business with a dumbass or a toxic person because you fear doing it alone.
Yeah,
that's my critical disclaimer. Collaboration is great.
I think that's the absolute 180. Yeah. You're not scared to collaborate. You're just scared to do it alone so bad you pick anyone.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
No. Yeah.
So that's my disclaimer.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone's been burned. If you went to school,
if you did anything,
if you did any collaborative project, and like even in whatever high school, college, yada yada, we've all been there.
Been burned. Yep.
Someone doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Some person does a little bit, and then one person's like carrying.
Yes.
They're like holding everyone, keeping them from drowning.
Yep.
So yeah. But don't get jaded either.
Yeah.
I mean, you can collaborate. You can find people to work with. But anyway, your brain knows what it knows. Forming new pathways in the brain will be essential in starting a business.
That's why we collaborate.
Yeah. Honestly, let's be real. Starting a business, all the things you have to consider, if you're really trying to focus on something like that, even from like the accounting standpoint, are you a money guy, creative? The ideas you got to come up with, the website, all that stuff literally never ends.
Yeah, and your brain only knows what it knows. We operate. Our brains just can't puff.
Exactly.
Here's how to write code. Like that's not how our brains work. You can't just like say, I want to learn how to write code, and then your brain writes code.
Takes time.
So collaborating with people that are deep in those skill sets or have experience in those areas help you form those things in your brain.
I think collaboration too is definitely finding someone who fills in the things that your weak points.
Yes.
I mean, duh. If everyone is, you don't want to collaborate with 3 other people who are the exact same at everything.
You do if you fear them challenging you, which is low emotional intelligence. Yeah. But it's so true, bro. Like a good solid team has people that represent different things.
100%.
Here's a big one, breakthrough decision paralysis. So how many people have been starting a business for 3 years, but they never started paralysis.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
You just don't know what to do. You can't make a decision because you've never done it.
Yeah.
You don't know what's out there.
Like if you want to start a business this year, start it this week.
Yeah.
It's like, that sounds crazy. You can get your tax ID number in 10 minutes online. Whatever state you're in, every state's different. Sometimes you have to go downtown. Sometimes you can fill it out online. And you can launch a website on Squarespace. You can do all that in a weekend. You can get a photographer, in a weekend.
Let's be real, bro. Because I've been there before, where like I was like 19. I'm like finding the internet gurus, on the internet,
Yeah.
and I'm like, whoa, like I found the guru. I just got to follow his plan. So anyway, if you want to start a business, just literally start trying.
Yes.
And you will learn in a week all the shit you need to change.
Yes.
And everything you might realize in a week, I actually don't want to start this business.
Yeah. I want to start this instead.
You'll learn so much in a week than if you do the research and plan it out without trying anything for like a year. You can only research and plan so much. You got to dive in.
Got to do it.
Because you can course correct immediately.
Yeah.
You'll find out real quick what sucks.
Yes.
What you like and what you want to do.
Yep.
And like, maybe I never want to do this again for the rest of my life.
You plan a year to launch a business. You launch a business. Within the first month, you learn something and course correct.
Yeah.
What was all that planning for?
You might be doing something completely different.
Yeah.
That's probably what'll happen.
You don't know till you're doing it.
Yeah. So just start it.
Just start.
So here's one. Having a group of peers can encourage and challenge you. So this is when you have the right people to collaborate with.
Yes. Not the toxic.
Right. So I think this
losers.
is a good example with the podcast. For sure with Brian and I. He's good at a lot of things. We're doing different things.
Yep.
And it's different skills. But I think Brian's good at pushing me. I'm not sure how much I push.
Always.
Always pushing each other, bro.
Heck yeah,
to
bro.
the next level.
You push me 100%. That damn smile on your face just makes me want to get this done.
We just want to finish this episode.
Let's go right. Having a group of peers. Accountability. Hey, how's that business coming along? That's why it's good to collaborate too, because they'll ask you how it's going, and just that alone is enough to keep you going.
A good collaborator will say it, but they're not trying to be a dick.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey.
Yeah, it's not like,
where are we?
How's that business you never launched? That's a dickhead. Like, screw that person.
Hey, how's that business going?
Yeah, but someone who's like, hey, last time you said you were working on this, how'd it go? Like, that's a good person to have in your life.
So last bullet point we've got, we'll wrap this puppy up.
I love this bullet.
If you are starting a business, collaborating with customers or potential customers is the greatest, most important activity. So if turns out with any business.
Yeah, any business. Doesn't matter.
You have customers.
Yep.
It might be helpful, maybe, to talk to them and see what they actually want.
You know what we do? We go ask our friends who would never in a million years buy the shit that we want to make and ask for their opinions.
Yeah.
And then actually listen to their opinions.
For sure.
Versus saying, who is this for? And then going to talk to people that pay for that service or use that product somewhere else.
Would you use this? Would you buy this?
Yeah. Talk to customers. If you want to launch a business, if you're in that grind, add to your to-do list, find potential customers, people who would buy this if it was real, and go hang out with them. It'll change your life.
Sweet, bro.
Collaborate. All right, bro.
So, last bit. Don't collaborate with the toxics.
That's right.
Find you a good squad.
Yeah.
That pushes you.
That's right.
Have some accountability and talk to your customers.
That's right. And feed that inner nurturer.
Hey.
Let's go for it.
All right. So check out Forms and Focus.
Oh, yeah. Formsandfocus.com and YouTube. Subscribe. Now you just pretty much say the outro remind me to say it. So
hit the TikTok. Check out our dirt nasty edits.
Oh, yeah. And
the Instagram.
We're so out.
Out, bro.